TopAfric.
I wish for a minute to say, I'm for good. You want some Emedamo? Aha, a radio TopAfric. Every Saturday, I could pim send and watch your body. A good you some and I had the air bremo. And now, or say, or worry extra ever join ye via Zoom. Na Abranti we say, say a bad analysis, and yasam kitua. Or say, me who the difference between analysis and being pundit. It was a fight to be or worry, or say, I'll be joining via Zoom now, your team at 12 million so. Sasuna Frank Jam so ebe join via Zoom. Ebusa fa oba no obomode na wa share na unya so enye bi enhwe. Wo de so ko Facebook a on. Na ko ya o search engine no. Ne bo eye Radio TopAfric. Bo Radio TopAfric. Na say ngofo bi hackers bi be hack ye page ni na say no man said that enko ye lose your viewers ni nyina. Ba afe na ya ba ye regaining back the page. It is all ba na wa boy ye. We your friend about trade. Say oba na wa share e wo ye Facebook share baby bia wo pebia no. Na unya so enya bi enhwe. Abu Savon said ya ba just every Friday. Every Friday and ya ba. Enti ensema hodo a akoso from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, na Friday and your body nyina bede na ya pensem na edini nyina abremo. So na weekends no matches e beto dwa e the various 5 major leagues no so no. Ya bombodin edini nyina abremo. Na usuwetimi hu di ekoso. It is over now, but more than now, what's your page? No, Eddie Amaye. Me den the Popich. Ente be out no sebako e ba be ka yen sa o say. Sa so na ye twume suso enam kwa so a wo ba den. Twume sese mama na last Wednesday no. Adentia na blaster able game nti no. Osiripe. Eja de to amanfo pa nanu Wednesday nanu kwada pa no. Enya asem keto o. Udim se obedru adwuma no abre. Hey, ti blaster na moti nipa akoma sa no. Enipa siripe. Onso obubo game no na Germany time no ye 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Enti imagine say ukọ morning shift. Na wahwe sa particular game we say. Akopem be say 4 a.m. Untimi na biemo. Amanfo siripe utim se udru adwuma mu pe na utonko blaster hu donti nanso blaster eti amanfo akoma ekwa blaster eti amanfo akoma na nya sem keto a o ebusafa na ye major topics ni nyina be kina blasters so Chris Houghton amanfo so pedigree amanfo so credentials Ghana pe na oba ye kura all the grammar to describe a coach. Now you say credentials, paperworks, pedigree. A bobo ana we a question mark. Otoado baye. A man for tuna no good so. Or you just scout. One year she. Now I say that money mano. Abra will be or no about why former why just what coach the premiership team paying. A month for dinner term. Now a branch and why smart. On say proud to say you are pointing as the head coach, you know. Be the betuda say Otowa donya dear you man be fada. Me you suit the term job risk. Now a month for to big money me. Say they be job risk. Yeah, Ghana, you man before matter. Yesterday, it's an say betting up pamu before your time. Eti otuado ya pamono. Dabi yam pamono na ni ja team no too. okase adwuma ne de onye ba ye breaki sa particular news no se nya dia otowado obeto adwuma ne so esanse woni na busuafo atena se onse obi a wo na obi a wo na brochi a na wofo ye Ghanaians there na utimi say when it comes to the terrain a blaster adwuma na omunim a little some news kakra concerning the blasters adwuma no enti ba sane no ma me ka kire say se wonim na so kofa adwuma na masa wanhwa na Dortmund adwuma no na aba be free unsa o nemo Dortmund kra show ne say se okokra no a na so sa ba kwan bia so mesa de adwuma no esa de ama no nanso otoado one ne yire ne busuafo tenase no omu conclude say se Ghana ebo eye World Cup no wie ekwan bia so de adwuma ebeto ampanampa odi o say eyo and odi na adwuma eto and na yekofa the pedigree man, the man with credentials, Chris Hutton bought 2 matches. Maybe kind ewo fida da mu. Say abrante ni game a war bono. Me say dem any pattern bi an say any sa game ni mu. Then some man for say there be only the crack the credentials, pedigree. Just 7 days ago, Ghana about 2 games. United States of America. America brochimemu. Na Ghana conceded 6 goals. Ghana conceded 6 goals. Yentimi a go back kura. Na no na manfo asha say busa say. So Chris Hutton just January it's just around the corner. Nations Cup Basso So is he the right man to take the national team to the promised land? We a question a man for Ebusa. Ebusa for us a page ni so na we ja comment. Making kind Eddie amount. Say uba page ni so we the body in ja comment. On say about once a week. And some who do a course Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the air bus one, and na your body in a bed, na your pencil at your mamma. It is Oba now body na waja or comment our ho. You making kind at your mouth, not be beer at me akoswo. So Uber Piemo away a hamburger, sending soon air tono. And yasam kitua. Since morning, and so not petia me kruma ya tro, e kruma ya beja. My beja for cry, I say, me pam for the guso munam kwanso moba. Uba Germany and Otum say, me who said traffic a choky pen. Say, oh, driving from a box trusty. Abavatinoa. Kai! What is traffic? And yasam ketua. Abusavo boy uba na wash your page no. Na me sabe shebobo say nyame ya demand November 30th. November 30th. Eyadia Shakhtar Donetsk. Omuni eye FC Barcelona. Ebo eye UEFA Champions League ewo Vox Stadium. Wone ewa Hamburg say. Na sa match no. Yeguso aye ticket. Na no bi busam say na wo Ghana na say win ticket na e kwan be so na onsa beka e busam ticket no qualify o ye betimi ni ticket na ma ho na e kwan a wo benya visa e ewura krom ne mu eni asem no so wo ba Germany a wo meka kira wo say wo ye program there you are entitled to your own program na so when it comes to immigration there e ho de jadwuma ni nyina ma ye enti kwaya be foso a wo be wura mu no eno a problem. Eturo ye ma Ghanaians abroad. Ye de ma Ghanaians abroad. Say who are Hamburg, who are France, who are Spain, who are Düsseldorf. Wherever you are, na say what by Europe, na say you football fan. Na say won share UEFA Champions League game penya. Masa na kakakra. Akwenya no ye de emao. Say bomoten na oda wenya dwuma bio draw na ngasa beba draw ne beba a week before no ya the draw no ebeba na ya sha se chebi dada de nyane se oda oba like page no like page no aha na share na unya so enya bi enhwe se na be a obetimi a qualify into we dey hure e dey ma the hamburgers Ghanaians abroad mo ena ye di sadwumede ne e ma mo it is over na wabomodin na wetimi ahye aha eye radio top africa enche bia no ye be romu amonane na ensema hodo a ekoso amonane no yetimi edi ababe dam amonane nsem no yense den romu too much isanse on the news need there obabia ntino yense den romu too much ye emphasis we place emphasis ye the local terrain ye de ne ye Ghana ene ye de ne ho ene free nti ye basa no a Ghana ene pese ye ne de ne ye na bibia etimi akoso aha aye radio top africa enche bia no mewremu ewa manane na bibia etimi akoso nti no uba bomodin na share me say wo de call ye wo search engine no ko search engine no ne bo radio top africa ubon se ebe pop up e pop pe like na share o share pe enua no na jumede no etimi akoso YouTube de zisia na say ye no mo content no ya YouTube producer e de atomenim say you YouTube sa so na ukọ YouTube so YouTube wo de bo radio top africa ubenya ye live e wo YouTube ubape na wa subscribe na unwa so etimi enya bi ahwe we eye butter trade uba na waboaye isa ze hackers bi hackia papa na nya sam ketoa mama few messages aba eye page no so we free Ibrahim awa kwatai was senior man kwatai uba na wabomodin na watimi ahye edi amaye ye bomodin na eja yenya Frank ejam ewa homa no so na before meko Frank hono yenko amanane nsem kakra na yenko hwe ensem ahodo a ekoso ewa ya amanane nyame adoma ekina big game pa toja ewa Stamford Bridge big game toja ewa ya Stamford Bridge enya asem ketua na sa particular game no me wear Chelsea flag me Chelsea fan nyame adoma ekina nyame pa late kick off 6:30 German time 4:30 Ghana time that big game no paso Chelsea Arsenal na sa particular game no and sama enam sa ansem no no and as en sama eboboba no enye asem ketua abusafo ye behwe amanane nsem meboni tew kakra na ye wia na mabafi ya bafie na ya babehwe ensem ahodo a ekoso ewofie Dr. Bako ababe kayensa mami nika ma Dr. Bako akwaba ansampo na mewura amanane nsem no mami ma Dr. Bako akwaba ene Dr. Ayelit Dr. Wenga operation pa na nka akokoya nka wa ma patient newu wo kunipa Frank Ajam so via Zoom ono so ajoni ya producer setting camera no ahwe na bibia etimi akoso eye radio top africa oba na obomodin na wa share page no Doctor memo akwaba
mejuso
inso na top na unim se oba Germany ama me ma history unim se inso no to Germany a eye I say big news ene ma wo unim ade kontia on se Germans na adwane mu pepa na friend potatoes katofi na umuzi sensu no to a ma katofi ne bobo akese a enya asem ketoa nti no on say ye ebimusu but ebimusu na ye mude nti we na ope katofi de
everyone likes katofi medically is very good
for everyone kakra medically because na mintrem unini ye
actually medically is very good for maybe people with ulcer, people with because it digests easily. It doesn't take long in the stomach, unlike other carbohydrate food. We don't need to go details about it, but then medically potatoes is very good.
Yeah. Frank, what do you mean? About Frank?
But Tobatonka Majoso Nabocodie.
Domna Frank Ebushafo Bibia Bocodie.
Oh, fantastic. Yamiadum.
Frank, we must Musa was US just in our share and answer day.
Oh, that be we normal dress, Nike dress, yeah.
Quite similar to US soccer team. No home jersey. Nanga amount for Fusebia. I saw Baby Digana for one group. Ubi na simi musao.
Oh, Dabi.
I was a for Franka Jam and a CEO Edema Pipa Media. And Chabe ransom. No more. Young Raman in some kakra. Na young pessim. We are, like I said before, senior or Sewari. On also be joining via Zoom. Extra. No, na menen the ball angel film. Na disia no, I say abusafo ni nyina aba be pimo Germany, ntino or say aba be ka na busua ho. Ntino exactly 6:30 senior or say wa say my friend no say omu ye the pioneers. Bible say give courtesy to whom courtesy is due. Ntino de bia na na medicate in emma no say omabo adwuma no omu na settle the pace emma ejaye so no ye nam kakra ntino ententam so no ye bekọ amanane nsem kakra yenhwe few stories aba na Pep Guardiola ena wade atudwa se wajitum betumi ni se sinibo se producer aye kradwa Pep Guardiola ena wade atudwa wo se balandu a eba so no one de sankunya pa anke yemfama Haaland wasi yemfama Haaland esan se wasi Haaland bo abrantie no ababe bo last season tun ye hwe to assess wan ene sefata no wasi kede ma Haaland anke yade a kebetima koye esan se wasi abrantie no waje treble enu ko danchen so no wo share 52 goals na se wo hwe e credential pedigree a Frangaja mu use e tag owura friend ya kis routine na wasi abrante na abobra to nda gonya pa anka de Ballon d'Or no anka evama Haaland nemo se Lionel Messi su enya so a wasi nya de a ebe ne nwanwa wasi nka Lionel Messi su nya no ni pa de so waka se unselected player afi wasi de Ballon d'Or anka yemfama eye Haaland au sinakan edema Man City a ofriye Norway approachment we any sama e free eye Pep Guardiola so ya de mama enanwumre e wo radio TopAfric na wonim se nyame adom china Chelsea etna eye Stamford Bridge Chelsea etna eye Stamford Bridge abo eye Arsenal na eno na two former Chelsea players Jorginho and Kai Havertz Jorginho and Kai Havertz say nyame adom china se mpenifo etimi anase se Ateta ema selection eka omo a sa mrante mienu no ebegina mu esiakan e de tia omo former club na no ena news na enama bonten eba ne omo se mrante na ye a bit nervous kakra esanse tima tese omatito kakra na adi Champions League ho na nei o migrate akọ a different club munyina musa o landing na wo say akọ back se kwambia so no mu kwa kosia o se am a bit nervous na mo se selection efosa mrante menu no a o mo say o mo be play tese they will be professional na se win bi ba na mo se jubilation pa de nya de o be jubilate na mo ya adwene Chelsea de ye tete mrante ne mpo no so wokokra na circle na yesunsumi duachi entino mrante ne mienu Caravat ene eye Jorginho nyame adem china se selection eka omo a omesia kan ediama eye omo former club na no ena some tabloid omo say Caravat I say owura tata epena asem dodo osa brante ne bae no otare na awai na still onya playing time to no pa amount for senka be ya anka this particular game no anka me start no kayem bench no uno mu ya adwira na fa comment bra baking kind at the amount. Moving on. Yet was na already for a Tim news no went for Tim and the Atuja a yet former a Tottenham Hotspur manager was say so what the coach to say you don't know we are pa and no any a written hack was everything hack wa bon kon was when your team pa sika wom so upe we ya ni akwakoto ama ho ene upe we ya ni akwakoto ama ho upe we ni akwakoto ama ho nanso utare na wai ena wo say what the signal na say what the way say eton from say sa Brighton game na Man United a free 1 goal deficit ebe tennis score and 2 goals to 1 no was so your Man United fan e mananya ode na bia sida was see a bia sida this is not the first time what is some real few cry now Munkai 1999 was CBC enupo no na ye UEFA Champions League final and a United team no omu turning the score line omu say team bia Bayern Munich and omu try Bayern Munich by 2 goals to 1 and this only Brighton team was say ball na say what tennis score line by 2 goals to 1 any achievement was so run no the money more e form tie kwan bia so no omu modern na wa upgrade the game enya sadia sempenfo jane kwan ya onumu eya adwene na woni modana Manchester United a share wa Onana so na enei everything hack e support no was say we are Man United fan na se woka se Onana asa was say come again identity woka sa no was say come again was say na bia wonim the history of Man United team no was say mo refia so Michael ba Man United no beginning no was struggle ye bo na fa ne nase ye bo na fa say was say check akran say na branch na wa adapt and they say nay ebia to na on tears say people are calling for his head Johnny Dean Kabeya ka United fans muntumobo was say mo say fisua the here munsan kai tama the here e ba boboku no the same thing was in the here air struggle entino abrantie no on pese obey use the word racism sabe we tuntum nti na or consider those petty goals ntina mudi na tana na was say a history e wo Man United team no goalkeeper bia obeba Man United team no was struggle from the beginning was some referee kra na monka Alex Fergie obeso team no 1986 we ba no was struggle sa nti ba bia duru de won no obeka say instead of say mo be criticize team no mo for support entire team na chi na bibia intimi enkoso wey ene nsema eye owura ne din e de Eric Ten Hag wono so waka e de afa Onana ho ma me fa we entwato semunu Jamel Musiala the young German talent abranti bo brutal na abranti okura 2 nationalities okura British passport and also okura German passport na edru ba bia opese o choose nationality no say because mama England manya dey England mo dem mo dwa trophies amu nyibi the last time we did World Cup 1966 the last time we back close to the World Cup 1990 semi-final and Germany the penalties eyimo Robert Perez okobo penalty say no enko dan chen England za ko host Euros 1996 Euro omo true semi-finals na Germany za ko yiwo was what team national team trophies there obetuna GB and nti no choose the Mannschaft instead of the Three Lions na na me ka say Arsenal bobo kono extreme a omunya abrantie Jamel Musiala kwambiaso no abrantie no meto den na Bayern 40 ya no o ma hyase and abrantie no etwetwe nkomo we close doors omunya abrantie etwetwe nkomo say hey the person extend the contract na sika bi apabia kwa no bo e de be ma ho ama abrantie no I said na adwene eye ne tenta so one extend the contract and I say onko eye the premiership na German pandit bi Lothar Matthäus mo Thomas Müller Haslam omutunofo mo say we are German footballer na say ope baby ni wani akira enko England was say England baby a omu say German players papa ukowa obo ne enko ye was say mo refia munkai Serge Gnabry eko Arsenal okotra bench sai adabani intano na bi kwa mbo omu twabo no say Arsenal flop nanso Brighton U10 esa back to the Bundesliga ni enei Serge Gnabry o diagro what is some referee so a Brighton din e de Werner Timo Werner oko Arsenal the same thing ankoye enei oba back to the former club chese enome was starting pick up into no podi ankobe 2 ka Havertz fo sanka be ya anka the premiership no onfiri wo It's a Premiership no and what German players. Tomu dear Thomas Haslam na akasa hema mu tutugum senka be yanka brantia no efie sabra ye bejo na ya tetew abusafo aha enam de amanane nsem no ebesie twumesi eso aba be kaminsa twumeti tenase wo sema mo na tenase na aha memo akwa abansampo na amanane nsem no ya hyede awuramu abusafo nyame adema the big game no ebeba so baso eye Arsenal bo eye Chelsea ha mamini kan fa Premiership matches ni bi entutu dan sampo na makwa abedwafo ho me kam say twumesi abrante we say over the weekend na oba mi fie na abrante enume woni team no chale sanka me bie company ke bi pa on ka me mane nko enume gu abrante ni team no say who obi na say on na say dindin maza don't underestimate the person. Okay. Or your product of Presec Legon. The kicker home and Presec qualify for brilliant math and science quiz final beam. Or your product or your son student to know divert here no about business. But now you were German and Yasam Kutua. I was a young Ramuna, young share, I'm an answer crack. Miss Amanan say, young share, much scrap to dry, the Premiership. Yami Adamachina, 1:30 p.m. European Central Time, no. Ghana time near 11:30, a year early kickoff. The Merseyside Derby. Liverpool, ball a year Everton. That particular game, no. And Yasam Kutua. Bournemouth. Ebo Wolves, Brentford, Ebo Burnley, Man City, Ebo Brighton. Aha, so game in the papa. Newcastle, Ebo Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, Ebo Luton. So me say Luton team party and ka relegation. Yes, I just kwanka yensa mo munkobium. Somwa team no. Omu points papa. Now the big game no. Late kickoff 6:30 German time. Ghana time near 4:30. So much no. So we baby kwa memko. Bomotin the Blues yeah button nyasam kutua Chelsea ball was Stamford Bridge against Arsenal. Now another late kickoff 9 p.m. German Central Time. Ghana time near 7 p.m. Sheffield United ball Man United. Now nyame adma ko siada uko Italian Serie A no one big game toja Juventus and I say Juve Jesse because customized na every me Juve fan there too much na Juve fan Juve nyame adma on Sunday omubo Milan and also another game ye be di akire abedafo amanane sam no na ja mabiabiem no Frank una me say dey free one stories am ni to dwanom I hope say now we follow up Ten Hag I say this is not the first time Manchester United akofa goalkeeper war struggle enti no kabaya omuntu mo boase ma onana match ni bi to the Arsenal ball against Chelsea minim any fan na Frank
yo Bobich merasi baba ta oteminka
me to nka Frank
okay merasi na minchia mpedifo mo studio Dr. Barker sasuna twumesi say obaye minyanse nka so mama tenen why tino o mama tenen nka so Dr. Baku ono so say waji say almost 2 months na say na minyanse nka tino pa na chaw ono so mama tenen nka na Bobich na min chia etiefo ne ahwefo mo hwe dwumadie no so Facebook, YouTube, and then also that is a tinu.com. Let me champion for more Radio TopAfric. Look, media may for just 2 stories. That is Eric Ten Hag on the struggling of goalkeeper Nana, yes, Okasa, I totally agree with him because now will bear witness at the time David here of Spain over Manchester United. You also you all saw how the guy struggled, and even till date. So let's say, so the time he left Manchester United, so he was struggling sometimes, even though he was in the last, let's say, 5 seasons, he has been Manchester United top player or player of the season. So as for that one, I totally agree with the coach, because I mean, once he's stepping into the shoes of David De Gea, and you look at the circumstances of first of the team, a legend like David De Gea, you just team, obviously, the least mistake, be news at the ama Abrent, and we share preseason so a coin of first one Harry Maguire on the Kasa, one of the more preseason games. And you know the English press, when say you do something against Omwankasa and Nimpa, that's why you're careful. Mudomoni Suwa, and they say, Omo Ebeye de Omo Ebe Jim Manaka. And I mean, coupled with all these things, we know, sir, Branche from Onana is a very good goalkeeper from Ajax to Inter, Obia, or the Inter, Echo. Look, even Oko Inter, Osha Inter for goalkeeper, no, Demua. He was a top-notch goalkeeper, but Okotuno, or the Omoko Champions League final. Champions League final. One of the name is a best goalkeeper. So, coming to Manchester United, United is a big club, and in recent times, so it's the whole team and Omunjele. But obviously, Onwakasa as a goalkeeper, as a person, also making a lot of mistakes. And I say Edison no more Eddie Abrano, and don't forget, say some mistakes here all year Manchester United. It's not the first time. Ajax, Inter, and when you now, or yes, some mistakes, also know a ball playing goalkeeper, and sometimes a person also entertaining a crowd, to go or check now if you are not fat, if you also saw the vacuum at the amount. So I agree with the coach. Let's give the boy time, and I believe that definitely he will come good for Manchester United. And then secondly, Pep Guardiola say Abrante van Haaland or no deserve Ballon d'Or. Pep Guardiola is trying to be a hypocrite, because you know why? Say Haaland bet me ajiade we ya. Nanka SSA coach and a short one. What can I say? In Man City 4 games to be played. Now Abrante was some records here. Messi ayan come to me breaking records, One of them, Messi is the player who shared the most goals in a single game. And then Haaland, he had the opportunity to do it. But at a time he was closer to equal that record and even set a new record. But who said Brenton was getting closer to break Messi's record, and then said or Messi's record, and you have the guts also go and sit at the press and say he didn't want Haaland to break Messi's record, and today you are coming to tell us say Haaland deserve Ballon d'Or. Look, Haaland, in terms of club level, why did trouble? Champions League, EPL, and then FA Cup. Fantastic. But in terms of national teams, nothing to write home about. No way. On to me, for Monko, any major, your friend is saying, assignment to be as far as the national team are concerned. Hey, Mr. Man. And that's Messi.
And that's Messi, yeah.
Okay. And to everybody
tell because Osaba online.
I mean, say national team there hasn't been that successful. And look, winning the champions the World Cup alone, Emma Messi a certain amount of percentage. And then secondly, Ocean Messi clout, Ocean Messi pedigree. Once again, we use the word, you know what I say. Ocean Messi pedigree, Ocean Messi ne Bob. I mean, your friend say the organizers will even love say Messi will take it because say Messi Gia a bit more as compared to Haaland. So for me, I think that it has already been leaked. Say Messi was getting 8 Ballon d'Or medal and a trophy. So for me, I think that a step in the right direction. Even though Nanka certain players should contest, and I say they should have, come closer to this way, But of course, when you are say award be seen as a Messi Ronaldo, you are challenging with these two players. It's obviously a difficult one for you. So for me, I'm not surprised. Say Messi, Ballon d'Or, but Pep Guardiola is only trying to be hypocrite because based on analysis I made say my boy need to be breaking Messi record to be no asset in the I believe Senka and it's going to be push a little bit, but because he didn't want the guy to break Messi's record and then even setting new records, or you didn't free move, and you also had the gas to say. So for me, I think that he's only trying to play the devil's advocate, and he says he's just a hypocrite man. And to the moment, I'm on somebody higher than this that senior badia, winning senior so and so.
I was over a radio TopAfric. I could use some and you go so I did Bremoha, a Hamburg. Ope baby a wa, ya wo Van Speaker to say. Vatino ha any wo now and we are privileged me know how to describe or say me can say or say a veteran that be so on free foodness I wish for or so worry a journalist na me kai urei tama me be kumasi say who or so worry say what in city so now who by can come do so what you na say that time no one said that you fasting pa masa be shake because that time no omu west a carries punch osabi mu akoba ediba radio TopAfric
moment before me fa bi so man answer about in fact or say Owari or say senior or say Owari he is one of the few sports journalists or more credibility. It's a masses no say omunchusu obia in terms of all your fair analysis of the issue. You cannot take true sport journalists or more Ghana or credibility as far as the game is concerned. Senior so idea in fact. Yeah,
like I said before, Bible cracker was say we should give courtesy to whom courtesy is due. Or say dear.
That's right.
Yes, me one from memo. Manya akunya no enene ayejuma for some time 1 month. Na or say obia say or 2 points ultimate ampa. Or say where na me mo akwa ba na Frank interrupt here, ma me say mo akwa be bim.
Mejimuso Eliano Mejimuso.
Na among
Frank.
Among was him Musa that or says no, who Germany, who country board the Dubaco Tenancy until Seka or Zaden
Well, Benjamin Chemujan for our winning Mukuruma handsome. I me buy a mamma, I will say Ankunam, a Busiana Becounty. Sometimes they are now winning Kruma pressure. But for Haba Quahabani, I say.
Na that's it say what you pray minim how we sanka you were best 2 hours edema because me I know those times Angel ever was ever packing a car or say best studio me who book bia won in chain me study the best 2 weeks also buy yeah research na books papers me hu se bia o say ba studio ekura paper anase bia o eno ase wa dot points eno ano no na o say minim adoma chede anase de
you mean it?
That be me because me had the opportunity to ask those times Angel FM me had the opportunity and Naija ye bu yaketem
no cry unze well you be fan say adoma chede you be den nyame ase o adoma chede o de adom ye na agro no say ya de ani je ho nti ya di akira che ya ye bi ya bobi ya hwe say de ne me fitie na bibia na me ka che ngrofo say abrabo mu nsem no say oba agudie bia mu na so person dia abrabo mu nsem ya mfato ho a football nkwa na bitinga ya mfato football nkwa na bitinga ya mfato ho abrabo enia ma ekoso wo football mu no wan kaso abrabo say wo study niam na ahwe niam a wo ni je football ho a utimi use principles of football at the ball bra and as utimi use abrabo principles or a player nkwa na de ko football ho a but you succeed. It's all about discipline. It's about focus. It's about planning. A whole lot. And they're going to football. Into ball and say that one. Say we need to body just carry. Need to be using it home, but so we steady ball and kasa. No wonder say need to be fan say religion. Need to be shown football because so we do football. It's we sunya ni MP. Hunu ni MP and MP so dead each now. That is why ya brother bomu ni na no ya fan say. When it's football one, sebi also team said the abrabo. It is it. No one does say what one hour can ball wins and never happen to players, never happen with football fault. A buyer can say abrabo. This a wouldn't must say the institute in number abrabo. You'll be able to advise every player or both football because the one first money Nyamana cool game one. As a player, you can't succeed. As a manager, you can't succeed.
Oh, say, you be banche, where you room and you room where entity home, entity cry, you know, Messada bounce and do the pensuminum, my better for as so I say, you be right about an instant Krabi Mackenzie, about the Kayan, Baku, like I said before, Baku, Fiase, Sasuna, Chumesusu, Ewo Fiase, Chumesibinim. Stories never brave and I'm little jar. 7 so you Juve fine. I made my Sunday Juve air ball Milan, minim baby abefa. Yanko, I'm on an insem.
Okay, Yamidas, Bobich. Where the Maming Farmer Nuto and Bibia Coso Italy, another very sad story, another scandal. As about Italian culture. It's always anytime. You try to go deep into the culture, it brings out a scandal. And over the years, in 82, arrested some players because to prison because of football scandal, betting scandal. I am Paulo Rossi cry, I go in free prison by Obaje World Cup my Italy, I did around the good for in Calciopoli, and they're very popular in Calciosco Massa. Baby, say another one, Swaba. Council's comment and also another betting scandal about. Someone said last week there was international break. Yeah. Into players no work camp on we trained they were preparing to play Malta any England. And now Italian FIGC Italiano Joko Cachi. Far Uko to say Ghana send their military police. Far Italy for military police. And call Italy for camp on them. Say Covaciano to say Biako Ghana, Brassas for Campo Prampam. No Marco. And now, call now, Cecilia Buffon, say team manager. Some call Fred Buffon, say, players be Nyansambi, our Campoa. Pesa, be investigate your Mutian for Mumbra. The players never no Mujio phones. They have proofs that these players are involved in betting. Betting, yeah, you go for KI. So won't say because they have good lawyers waiting. The players first, how many Juve player with Fagioli. These players are up and coming bad in talent. Now say it's Italy called Euro under 21 final. Omuna no we key kingpins of the players. Players when America. Nicolo Zaniolo as we Aston Villa for Tisca body Anton. Sandro Tonelli Newcastle for Akoton every similar last season. Now he was part of the team who do semi-final. Almost league, no. He was part. And now Juve for up and coming talent at Juve. Who said in Europe teams, big teams, they want numbers be just numbers be they give to players are almost the players to look at.
That's right.
Who could you be number 21? Any number 10. Only number 21 just number this boy just this season because of the talent he has.
Okay.
Nicolo Fagioli was the first person. Almost interview. But the lawyer advising is on kind of crabby room. Wa confesses or no, wa betia mo about over 3 million euros.
Wow.
Na obetia beti matches series how much is nya. Na adia bako is saving say or see Sandro Tonelli and introducing into betting. Them rather was that Iran at 21 tournament.
Italy part, yeah.
Omo bought tournament na Italy for show. We also move betting against the Bisocrat. Na Sandro Tonelli introducing because what kind of training he was supposed to get over 14 months ban, but our man was 7 months ban. And our man extra 5 months, but 5 months he'll be playing football and be doing community service because we can't create. Sandro Tonelli so I just so no they started betting yache 14 in Colabrin. It's on the but on no Newcastle for friend about camp. He's training this week. He's likely to play and draw money at the how Kasai. I say he's training and he's likely to play, but no never did him out.
Okay.
Now this is where the issue gets big. Nicolo Zaniolo say he's not involved in betting or ball online game poker, and he didn't know that poker it was illegal betting. So poker anyway, card games online. The issue is there is this journalist newspaper, one very popular newspaper in Italy. Nanipa now Olmo Rosa Marchisio. He was with Italian mafia groups. It's not in same mafia for discussing. Not the any news. That's what his paper is known for. His nephew, I don't know, Titi no didn't call Inter Milan, but he wasn't really successful. Inter 40 Champions League under Mourinho, no Kaomba Wanjidi. The friend Esposito. So Martin
Esposito, yeah.
Esposito. Or no, Anna mole newspaper owner. I can find the phone. Aquano, on in Nicolo Zanolo, and he said Zanolo be better. Saquano account no decabet.
Wow.
Ready or top,
and the one who players are involved in betting. Eric Lamela, Starboy, and no Roma, Argentine, okay, El Sharari, okay,
former AC Milan,
Cecilia Roma, okay, Ganeni. Emmanuel Jesse. You know, Emmanuel Jesse was on your own Italy. Nicola Brim, they didn't buy Ghana, so no coincidence. So no, only some boys on the boom. So no one Emmanuel Jesse count. Alessandro Gatti, he was part of that Euro under 21 squad, no Mukodi second. Okasa, a lot of names are coming up from this guy who is supposed to have seen this on Esposito's phone. On one in this is upcoming news and but these 3 players there, they've been investigated. Tonelli issue will be out, they'll be 2 years ban. Obi I got over 60 million just this transfer.
But it was from now.
So Tonelli, is he not the one they said he's addicted? He has to go through.
Absolutely.
Tonelli Swabe say he's addicted into to rehab.
To rehab.
Sana the lawyers advising the someone better. Say the same thing of a Jolie can and sentence the artist over 7 months. Sandro Tonelli Swabe so no they were addicted to in Colabrin. It's almost a rehab, but no because on we introduce another player. No, his punishment he might get all the 2 years.
Okay.
But Ready or top,
what do you mean? Sad news no. When I mema na every week be no. My the latest updates.
Up and coming.
Yeah.
So but you know and give you the.
Na my odd update. But what you be born 1 minute because and then something now fie.
Yeah.
And then some no fie. Ninti and no me bomb what they say. Senior worry and ne eso basho no so because why your prediction be can you be make us a prophet or make predictions be a check me tie no those time na senior worry e wo insura na things are bem wo de ye be fia ye be rem Mackenzie, nyame aduma china Arsenal ball. Me never be abefa we there just 2 minutes.
But my senior worry. And I used to listen to him very much in Ghana. And he was one of the guys.
I
I know he's here.
Okay.
My one or 2 times, but only me.
Okay.
Oh, but Miss Bide Minimini Pa.
Okay.
Back in Ghana, he was one of the guys that they inspired us a lot going into radio. So it's an online, it's a privilege.
Sure.
Say the senior most or extra. Yetiminyano in Shira FM, Angel FM fame. Now and you may join you on the show. I mean, a very happy moment. Yamana Kwaba so. Kakrebi on the Chumesikayano. When you said the amount asemno very, very serious, you can say, try these bets on illegal websites.
Okay.
The websites are illegal. The woman say, Chrome has said, Uber try bet online. You need to link your bank account or PayPal. In some cases, come up some for your address. And how they feel it, you know, start waiting your access to bet. As a football star, I will be anymore. Immediately you provide these details, no, it will give you away. Say, I see Messiano Bentin, Anna, Aberdy star, I will bet on online way so. And Obia also say, see, boy, big or star into no, or also hiding the identity. So then they will rather have to go through the back door, and that's the illegal betting site. Because house number, PayPal, or bank account, it has to bear your name. Young for Sandro Tonali. Oh, you're a big boy. Fagioli, oh, you're a big boy. Everyone knows you. So immediately you come into such a platform, you know, it's going to raise eyebrows. The betting company themselves can even report you to the authorities. Now somebody for through an illegal website. And one thing about these illegal betting sites is say, Omunya registered into Muntua taxes.
Okay.
Into your mojo no man can say I a black market grade into your more company nankasa no more problem. And sana who nipa na wasa don hwa kobom mo no mko dis asuma si grade you know also say a problem. Inti asem na aba no ya asem kese pa but me ya say these are young budding talents. Emmanuel Joseph of Spezia. Well, let's wait till the investigations are over. Now you hear how but it's a idea biaka players and can we main architects. Mujina game no bo week in week out no. In career expectation can we do for anyway because players no go a long way in determining the outcome. That's the results on the field of play week in week out. In this Okocha say be a week way ni team awbo e bia Newcastle ongo be piem na onu asa be gina bo nu asa abo no onu aka say make you say ongo na be mu a it's very dangerous go dem no but see bia waka na emfenja chumesi and also na
Bako Dr. Bako the only certified doctor in Hamburg among for them so doctor or medical doctor pa branch no or babeka no medical doctor pa ukro na say na onam ho a kom ono nyusuka on ofro bus ba no me guni team no doctor e fa na befa what's on pesa ba we makawie
well, I'll go into Chelsea Arsenal game in Stamford Bridge. You know,
we come too much about bias into no bon kakrebi.
I have to because everyone knows I'm a Chelsea fan. Okay. So Arsenal for few games now, about 5 games or so. The last time Chelsea won against Arsenal was, I think, 22nd against 2021. Since then, we've not been able to actually win against Arsenal. And it's like Arteta, he has found a solution or something against Chelsea. You know, just take away with our problems and all that. We know against Arsenal, it's a derby. And derby, it doesn't matter your form. It doesn't matter what you are bringing on board. Arteta, against Chelsea, he's been able to switch, what do you call it, tactics and formation against. He always against Chelsea recently. If you look at, he always like to go man to man because he knows that with man to man, Chelsea cannot do that much. And his style of football, he like offensive. I don't know, like a midfielder like Arteta, he like offensive play than even his midfield. I just don't know. But tomorrow, I think against Pochettino.
Who is winning? let me put you on the spot. Who is winning?
Yeah, I'm coming to who is winning. You see, this game is kind of dynamic because the international break at Bamno. It's kind of you find it very difficult to know who will win. Even though Chelsea with their 2 midfielders, that's Enzo and also Caicedo, going away from America to come back, they haven't have enough rest for such kind of game because we know that game is very, very is going to be very, very difficult for both teams. But the international, Chelsea won 3 games subsequently, like they just and then Arsenal to winning against City at their last Premier League game give them that momentum. But hey, I don't know, but Chelsea might be able to pick a point out of the Stamford Bridge, because that is what Pochettino is trying to build. He wants to build a team like Mourinho. That time when a team is coming to Stamford Bridge, you just know whatever be the case, your worst is to get a point. So this game, I think with that mentality set for the previous games, it will be very difficult, but Chelsea win or draw.
Sure. Back adwene no Dr. Bako no osino why me mane nko ma no nsem no na so no obemmeda ye nyina nti no obemmeda ye na and I kwenta me mane ba show no so no eye the Black Stars enintia nti no ye bebe fie na ya ba behwe afisam no kakra nemo ma mefa Manchester Premier League eye Ghanaian Premier League no ebetoto nyame adoma Sunday kwasiada aduana ebo oli ye be wuramu kakra ba yenye sisie and na me pese me ne senior ware ewie ti ewie na ye yanga se ewuram because our time very limited ya pamona di na chi at stay ne yi mitimi sia no 1-on-1 so senior ware but I'm just happy say what show up na man for so busa amon for busa Facebook na oware na owan na instead mo hu no no he's really strong aduana eboli BA United ebo brekum Chelsea na dabi match be na makoko fa BA dey for division 1 dabi Betam United ebo brekum Chelsea Dreams FC ebo Mediema Karela ebo Bofo na we local derby na Nations FC ebo Kumasa Asante Kotoko. Original
is already played.
Asante Debo. Yan kanisa.
Ati is already
is finished.
Okay.
And so Tramaso ebo Legon Cities na Monday no baby any Gold Stars abo Lions. Na yamra fie the Blasters of Ghana Blasters etu anamon ebe piem wa America buchimemu na enyen say 2 matches ene Ghana be boy. Your first game Ghana your ball against Mexico. Ghana elusive that particular game by 2-0. Now I'm out for say now Mexico I say now they were really strong. Now that particular day not Germany so air ball against the United States of America. Emma Germany the Mannschaft omucha Germany omucha US by 3-1. I'm out for so Germany team the gugu and said that they are still under transition and said that so it's USD chuma e wo say na dodo na ensere near ratio mu say Ghana betime win that particular game ni there, but I don't think say obi ofia say e be dad no say Ghana e be lose that particular game no by 4-0, but it happened. Also na me ba won chen na me aduma January yebo AFCON before Otoado aircon na manfo mbo say anga Chris Hughton and ezanga ida aduma na emano. Because number one, almost say okra, pedigree, credentials, all the grammar obo munyana yadi describe Chris Hughton. Otuado entiman to asubim. Chris Hughton ebe for a team no. A man for say secondly, no one nim team no because now he was part of the technical team. In this yadi kwako mo bi wa outsider ebe din ka credit yam for mo no because of the why be once upon a time the premiership. Osami Busao, Chris Hughton, is he really the right man for the job? If we are seeing it,
well, Bob is Meadow Asina, Mother, and Yano Munina, or Mohina was in Cranches, a moment, the Mamina, to be the woman as a pa. Now, Bobby, oh, friend, the last time we jam, what do you say? We didn't come up about Blasters. As long as I count with him, well, I'm very nice. Embrana sunyina say the Ghana for ya me pese me kan say ba ko kire ye ho se ba ye national team na bo be me say me bisa say un say ye ntan discuss positives more than negatives ye need positives papa So we who see a positive papa near a tournament. Maybe I know ya bobo na could do a certain stage of the competition. You who say a yemaye na Ghana for jubilate na and one. Yeah, they are cool. But Bobage, Christian as someone working, Papa Yonim. My member one principle in football to Ghana for Tiazi. When him just say, we are coaching us a very good team. What do my category? Yes. We say, they buy online, and it is enough Frank Kebi about Guardiola. If we are seeing who Guardiola in I was the days at Barcelona. But he had such a good team. I know 11 players in for this. No, me and San were so unique. Xavi, Iniesta, Lionel Messi. In fact, all the Xavi, Iniesta crossing there was one player in the shape of Lionel Messi. Game na difficult said he can turn things around. Nti Guardiola or wada we need problem. Nti say who a very good team said we do as a coach. Ni anisha da nyede papa. After 2 games here boy. Chris Whitty say pressure be ban nti enye mwanwa say Mate say or say he is the best man for the job. You know why you say that? On one kasa no person catch the we are seeing in Ghana for say he needs time.
Okay.
But I don't know whether I see a man time and I am man time. So I don't know. So already statement into Ghana. But see, he is the best man for the team now. Because when himself pressure shot say ever and why you coach pen when himself coach there, say won't even chaining out the results are eventually a bepamu. Until over can be saying now or they are stabilizing amount for mind is okay, Papa no or feel say team no or coaching for now no. Say problems are been why yes are man and twice na yan ready when you go wie meaning some pen for the team ne man no or 2 assignment major ones than him or back afco na probably also the Ghana qualify for World Cup and yes sir the one Ghana record recently many coaches on Maba Blasters in recently no or but have share target no or banana a AFCON within the AFCON time no money about World Cup qualifies tinene man akwa or be qualify for AFCON. Now, if you are called World Cup qualification or qualifier or call World Cup, you ever call World Cup, you know a technical director of the team. And when him say there was this debate, I mean, some of us I'm talking about the Ministry of Sport, and the GFA, and even some politicians. I hear some more Jubilee House. There was a whole lot of confusion. Maybe President Fatim Nema Christine, maybe Siam Fama Utuado. Eventually, a certain Utuado about the last qualifier game against Nigeria. I qualified that game, not the World Cup. But you saw what happened at the World Cup. Utuado Nankasano, he realized from afar, say Ghana team na the man or the World Cup. To me, who say there are problems because nobody the permanent.
Yeah.
So
and correct.
He decided to say, "Baby, he wants to leave the job and go back." You know why? Because Bobich, and then maybe a football more, you can never change it. When him say, "Otuado, why you play a pay in Wokuti currently?"
Yeah.
You fit precope and build the team and form tournaments and quite successful. It doesn't happen anywhere. Until I make us a Chris in win him. Says our current blasters here, the money. What would you say? How many of these players? And how many of them are finding something?
Obisubeka say, only Otuado be here for some time. Then at least, I mean, you don't need be a months and another years to know. I mean, the caliber of players are all.
Bobich, the statement I mean making is one more football say Kasi will be him Ubia. Not that Sabia or who play an come back or Bobia. One tournament, no.
Okay.
So what a footballer as a coach, yeah, Ghana for no. You're Tiffy and Senka, Ghanaian players here is all blasters. Even ask yourself, how many Ghanaians any nim or Mashasi where they started or more progression up to baby or more few of the players and no more current blasters in my nim or Mashasi currently where they are and where we might think they be on beating your but Ghana, you were two, and as my main fan of class 3 generations. when we say sa era no moji AFCON mine 82 na yen bi no omo the free one from 82 no e beto abedepele no era no omo de buy. You see, you can never build a national team even less than 5 years to be that successful. Yeah,
okay.
My Celestian squad now almost free mono. Can you check how many years on boy? They had a lot of years for themselves playing tournament after tournament. Almost how many World Cup? 3 consecutively. So that was a solid team. And then you never going back. It was a system of Obakaya Ben Kofi years and no. Way back from 2002, Mali 2002. Now you're born, Nankasana Yerbono. There was a problem with player call-up.
Okay.
That time, you played with the The local league, was not even on the sound footing. And now blended to the papa. So he decided to say, look, your local players now you want. You more an opportunity to develop. Now you more tournament after tournament. That is where we get a team together. That is where when they are playing the game, you will see cohesion and teamwork and whatever. It doesn't work. Say, work of a team like this current Blasters. Bobby, have they been together for the past 3 years or so? Omoko last work out. I feel no more. Last year, Omoko call a major tournament. The one of my colleagues in the squad now. Go back and check. Omobo junior tournaments. So here, Omobo junior tournaments.
2000.
The squad. After junior tournament, they started progressing into the national team. In fact, from 2008, you bought AFCON, you know. Obakaya na 2006, Ukraine is a number in the first World Cup of Ghana. And signed a 2008, you bought AFCON. And look at that time from 2006 and 2008. At that period, you know, players have been joining, you know, young Musa team from 2006 World Cup, they were there. And after 2008 AFCON, yes, I call. And in 2009, they didn't call the youth tournament. And you better add one to the squad. So there was a standing team, and you use one tournament after tournament. Near Adi, say young players, no more so-called junior tournaments, under 8, under 17, under 20, adding them to the squad, and they became solid. I mean, talk about those times. But even Antoniana and all local players. They were playing local football in Ghana, but they were part of our national team, and they excelled and played for so many years. Ghana for Yantinian continue. Tamana is any you know, as a Mogan or mobile, you should have known, say, the next 5 years ahead of them, they might not be part of our national team anymore. What was the successful plan? There was none to me, man. Because Apia says so, but this said to me, you call it back who no mention a player like manager. You couldn't say something because Apia gave me a call up.
Yeah, correct.
He had a call up. He was one of the best players I knew. And let me himself has squad, no. And Kayabesha maintaining almost progression near the Run national because they were just after. As I'm Pate was that part of that squad. And to see a team maintaining Pata, where is the other place? Where are the other players? That is my concern. The Jaw go home and I hear fishing for players outside Ghana. Minkase players I hear from Omunya Ghanaians or Bobich. Chris Hilton as some American say, or no one can Europe 1 hour or buy so be coach Ghana. He came from a different terrain into a new terrain, being a local system. National team no be coach or a club man. And be coaching national team. National team, no, Bobby, a call up, having a few weeks of training and going into a match or playing a tournament.
That's right.
That is how it is. Into one way, our Juman and Kasano, the players never bro. Only enough time to be with them to put a certain philosophy in their game and take them to tournament. Ghana, your philosophy is saying Ghana and Kasasabi and Kaibo and Kasasabi Bobby and try a bow. There was that talent I nimbo on the Bankasa. And think I players no, baby, almost success, no free, and no more progression, and no more ball, winning body, and your class no more. That is why you should monitor them and know their performance and use that performance criteria to select them into our national team. In the answer, a player never buy a national team. No one at the end of that. But here's the case: Ghana and Ankasana, you have two philosophy logo. Your football and Ankasana in Nimbono. And Pennyford decided, say, okay, they say a national team, no, and yet a solid national team view. As and when a better Ghana and be a good club, you know, me a man call up, no, I'll be joining. Or bow or be joining anyone. There is no standing team for that team, for that player to come and join. And individualism, and I'll be joining. And I don't mama a coach or something. When players, no, when I talk about players, me come about the players' progression.
Okay.
So, Chris Smith, you bet me money. I can't say Ghanaian players, I will say, what coach you win. When the more match safe free haven. Probably obey a data about them. But Bob say, a coach being in player. I was saying a coach in Ankasan player, and even when he was at a tender age, Timmy said, no, player we have known him, say, or club we, or Codina tournament we, and no gratitude from year to year, and to minimum records, meaning what he can do. But say, oh, not a more fresh place in Abel. I feel no be your time, I come back. I can research about this place and one weakness, almost strength, and on BBR. But then, on to me, yes, opportunity and policy player be only good and not to him. The standard and fit on the criteria. On your time, must have player, and one say was selected player, not Nako tournament. These things doesn't work. The Bobby, so catch himself, Chris Whitton, or you're the right man for the job, and your man, you know. So no, I bet yet to say, team now coach currently, no, there are problems. We identify now he needs to be given time to correct it. Fine. But a coyote to add again, you know, who say no. Team now me coach currently, you know. We don't make a tournament. There's been one of few successes, but enough for me. I will need time with this very team. Because you say Otuado, because of pressure, he buckled under pressure. That is why he left Ghana job. Told him say Ghana for, of course. A do baby crank. He had a last game against Nigeria for the World Cup qualifier. He was so much in distress because near about Ghana, and people were expecting to say, "Yen to me qualify for Nigeria."
That's right.
So he must take the courage and did whatever he wants to do. And once he has qualified the team, wouldn't make us all money in tournament and tournament. And we all saw what happened at the tournament. People said he was not a man of his own. Until after the tournament, he left the team. And I'm telling you, he realized his head team with individuals. That was the first tournament for Inaki Williams. And I'm telling you, Inaki Bobich, you need to present or your Spanish, Bilbao and your own, or one can about let go Bilbao all this life. National team as a national team. And no team a more that. Secondly, Ghana, yes, game, the philosophy, no, with him, from afar, say, or monitoring from the Spanish La Liga. But meeting at any even junior tournament, Ghana, like, I say even in Europe, I'm talking about Ghana.
Yeah.
Ghana, how many Ghanaian players? And I know to add Ukraine, or yeah, aware of them. No, these players, they've been prepared from the junior team because tournament to be able to be an so senior team A being the FIFA tournament, and be a World Cup. I was so say Anya Ukraine of the team, no, might have been able to graduate from a junior tournament organized by FIFA at that same level because I want to win the tournament. You cannot tell me say even European countries, no, any South American countries, no tournament. So I'm about tournament. I'm the entirely different players. I said, I'm junior tournament and qualify ASL about World Cup. It never happens. But once Ghana, you're 10 years the other way around. So you're a tournament. You want an entirely new team. Yeah, you understand. Offer players from outside. I will feel when we are both team A and also both team we have one in the national team. Yeah, needs help. That is the problem Pisutin is identifying. So he needs time. Samia, I can tell you for a fact. I said the Jumana Wabesoma Warrior as a national team coach. Bobby. We identify problems when I'm sure he knows train also not time. A steady one who will be our strength and weakness. Because they say they are from a man, international friendly, only to control. FNA, another FE, and I enter into agreement and say about friendly. On any players, no, but that's not tournament. No, needs time. These players are so be it because Bobby, we are sure say hitting that players someone national team on a mark call up.
A question will be able to Jose.
I'm not talking about South friendly young because these are the players they don't call World Cup. Yes, sir. The call World Cup, you got the technical director. Otuado was in charge. We monitor from afar and realize that now if you follow crowd was certain kind of influence in terms of player person national team. And to coach in Ankasano. So on that coach is all national team and Kababio yen call up with you. I say no new team now coaching as a national team. Players are monitor more from afar. Say they make it through certain tournament and no league Europe, you know, no anymore. So when he's doing the call up, he knows play be our free piano, the strength and weakness, or the neighbor, and now fee and obey any correction piano on that particular player. But here's the case on obey technical director, meaning the kind of advice of the man with Wado. But the way they get to the money, he's the head coach now, and he full say, team at any given time, be a review bit to improve, but he will this time tournament, Omokobo friendly. When is he going to get a time to group them together? To prepare them for another assignment. The next time a player will be 2-3 days, 1 day 3 no matter Kobo Afcon qualifier, 1 day 2-3 no matter Kobo World Cup qualifier. The next time I will have a major tournament. The players in the Quran will need time, and I only need time to just prepare them for the unknown person or prepare them to see on the style of play. So just that he enters into a game and the players need him Bono and Omobo. Babich Ubusamia, Chris sitting there. A human see a German one, a beer with me. I'm using the word a beer, but I'm penning for so any tournament and qualifies any access. No, and so when to qualify for World Cup now, be done 1-2 or qualify upon a quarter that, but or Quafcon. That's when to me and new stage and penning for probably a target a best at Yamanoa. Be done a point. So he's been cautious. He wouldn't him. And you crowd over the say no. Ghana and so tournament Nasa Gija as a coach a bepam. One team qualify for a major tournament like World Cup, so he's being cautious. Until I make us say, Emperor Folan Casano, or am I ready? Because they will sacrifice the coach, said by a pressure, so a very reduced.
I don't think to say more much questions, but myself, I hope I'm reading some few messages about Facebook. What you're born to do, or say greetings to you, boss. You do all, or send your bon ambassador. Sita and Nano Michelle Atuna on MPP youth organizer Okrumia say was it good work guys. Ama Richard Ashite was it good work and we see if free a year Richard Ashite also he's watching from Temanu Town. Meja kwamwa ko on say wonimre na me abejafo atoa so what is the way forward? I mean, what I think that what answer my questions mean now, but what is the way forward? Ghana, you limit your expectations. Ghana, ye omaya obi beka say anka economics beka say profit oriented sort of team. There be a tournament ye kwa koje ye ko say minim sisi ye hu ye team say ye strength no form. Extra ye ntum say are we still in transition? And I say sa expectations na was so no yenfa sa measurement na measure Chris Houghton.
Bobech made us a piece. How question I will busa me kai some account MP, but my means I repeat to her for the benefit of be our money. We need to go back to the basics. The main margin no. Me ma catch Ghana for a maybe a term say ye lower expectation. When I been about kwa buy a team say ye ni yaje World Cup no one change your football nankasa. But when him, you're creating a big gap. No country is successful because of the national team or tournament. You see, tournament is an event. The next. AFCON cried, you couldn't me. But I am telling you, Bobich, every country beyond. So football be a strong one. It's to local league, how it is packaged, how it is being prepared for a national team. Sure, say the local league now, Bobich. What is the purpose of the local league? The essence is to select the best in our local league for a national team. That is the principle in football. Country beyond when your opportunity say or boy league, players no more league anymore. The idea is say you best select the best near the Omako tournament. Assuming that everything. Ghana, your local league, Bobich. Players from Azumi, some be a better 1,000 crown. FIFA Mremono, who tournament in Biana, or say for about 25 players and a Fabra. And Tiwa was a coach who between us select even 800 out of the 1,000. But a do tournament, and I said FIFA for just 25 or 26 Fabra tournament. In two Busan was a FIFA cancer actually, it means that he wants you to select your best out of the possible numbers now. entina make us say yen league na ye bo ofie no me my example initially say Harrison Afonom even here go 2006 we say nya Sheila Elias no nyina no mo free local league e ko World Cup.
That's right.
And they excelled.
That's right.
They say you cannot talk about that thing anymore. Intimacy. Say Ghana local league na ye bo. You're creating a big gap between your local league players and any national team players. Unless you be a player and when your opportunity, be a foreign league for a year or two, no, be a sporting. They say you just had your money because you and say, okay, players now you want more Europe, no, or my boy, Sebi. If you only says I have criminal or no, on your opportunity and cover setting national team, you know, and your mammy stretch allegiance, remember back to the crew, baby, a woman, and a baby, and papa free, and a baby, I free, number bubble. Yen is how baby, gone at the days. Me kai way back in 92 when Bukazid, the late, or far Tony Baffo ever joined national team, eh? Tony Baffo back. Now you the best of our local squad. I know boy national team. They are qualified for Senegal 92 at that time. When they no boy a raffle back, that time they Frankamankwa. No Boko for about 6 years. Into unknown Anthony Baffo or back Ghana. Now when him the kind of team no
that's right.
When him the entire buyer Sankamankwati na chino. Obi ti say Bukazid. Then the philosophy say open taller players. Any players who move physique. Who say Frankamankwa say be no tia. Enti Tony Baffo ever bought that full back row no. Ghana, and he's been part of that team. And Obaya, look at that squad at that time. That same Senegal 92, and I make a no, full of local players in Kwane don't call it. Few of them in there for I bet the play in the Prince Paul in Nana Pony Anthony Wanum, and an aqua even foreign Accra. But the entire local team, no, I know Mokasa foreign players, no, they were that solid in their local league, and they took that because that time from Kamankwano African Cup for so many years. And in that team, as local team, na is so strong. That time, na Ghana for you, Nimkura say, Ghanaian players who are Manonia, or you good said in your Koranwa. What did they compare a local player? Probably a local player might be better than him. And young Krasi or former. Yeah, here to start in action. And they say, you're neglecting your local players because league na able to me, a year of standard. In the players, no claim to me, a high standard league, even outside. How many times have we said Ghanaian player be Sebi? You turn straight from Ghanaian league into European league. It doesn't happen these days. Correct. And then I make us say the way forward, you know, and they say you're making sure say over reliance on say foreign based players. You can't say now you may new call your boys now move, you know. Now you may league in solid. No boys in good playing time with their club for at least 2-3 years. Now you form more tournaments. You form good. But I won't say the Antina Chan, CAF at the buy. CAF realize, look, Europeans ne ya baby. Who says they say Europeans look at the number of competitions they say or more. They say Nations Cup or all because almost so much talent. So they want them to be playing in so many tournaments just to groom them. Because when you say national team, no, and you're just a short period being having players together to play a tournament. Yeah. So player and answer will be do team A. No, you have more opportunity. No more certain leagues be a tournament be any of high profile. All in the name that on the prepare and no mind for a major tournament being the FIFA World Cup a day in Ghana. You're the chan by. How many times now we say Ghanaian clubs participate and I say yeah players for more CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation Cup. Some players now can only good. That was our level. No, I need a pick you more chan tournament. No more youth tournament in Africa. Near progressive or more near. That is how we build a national team. Into a new team A, no. Now, for series of tournaments and playing at Sa Copim say, Ombedu Sa tournament. Bobich Ubusami on Sadi way. So, Okrekruma and go back and correct the fundamentals of how Ghana football started. There be a free bar. Wouldn't say this year and last year near PAWA. You know, about 40 years in 82. But I won't say the but in between that period, you know, now you timina a squad, you don't tournament, and you crown. Near to do level be an appreciable, be a casoki, your boy home, just that Yentimiani. But they said, yeah, I quite a focus in our crown and yet Afcon view, focus in our World Cup because we need a whole of this out of the you know why? A one place. World Cup now, Omunya the exposure, na class at all, money for the musica. Omu ye a certain business with our national team. Absolutely. And they need to stop that and look into our local league, you know. About our players no move, you know. Bobby, who Busan say, Omubo local league we are. Where will be their final destination? because ono wo nya kwa mo national team ono wo nya kwa be ntoro kwa manone inti player no obo local league ni sa no ode kwa yefa but that shouldn't be the focus. Every local player be or everywhere in this world be on the focus and it's about the national team inti baby obo be ano ya strengthening. So we need to go back to those basics. Near making sure say players na ye lecture or move you know. We must do a certain standard that say do baby na say ye national team call up. Yan ka say ye nya obi a wo finti say be player bi a ye wo na manoni a wabo European League na. Ma me for one example bi na be jam na mo. Inak young na samia me yakakra Bobich. Unim say he's a stranger to Ghana and Ghana is you know papa.
Absolutely.
I don't blame him because we have a new environment to him. All his life, he has been in Spain or Bob Bow and what's na Krumwana, a blue baby. Let me mean him says and capacity of monitor in Yaki free baby. And I was a junior tournaments be a happen. He invited him when he was even under 8 and keep it in the Nako. Yet you're picking one straight to a World Cup. It has never helped the boy because European philosophy, you know. And then you put on the mentality and say, look at the uncle into a buy a national team. No once now or no more bubble to say no. How many of them can't know one foot of play? Apart from so on national team, he has never even met or seen a piano no much at your position. Say be at the club and in home club negotiate. That is all. But he has never been with them in any major tournament or bear the cycle of Ghanaians or bear near my as Africans a whole lot. Who names Hani Manibi. Into a game and Ankasa air ball, you know, or person born say as European, but yeah, Africans no, Bobbish, you're more boy as Europeans. Wouldn't say Africa in city is a boy.
That's right.
They rely on your skills. They say you're Ghana national team that way. Ubetimaka everywhere in this world. National team behind your one key player, Ibros require you know. Ghana key player they couldn't so, but we see Kudus so born now or born.
And Jordan,
if you right
Jordan come.
Well. Jordan, no, for me, I've always maintained say, or you're a holic, but or you're average player. Jordan, when you're prima donna, when you're sure Ghana for what did you say? I told you the national team in Alabama Jordan. You need to give you anymore. He's a team player, of course, while you're a holic. What did they get him one? He helps a lot. But a good idea, he cannot conjure any magic as said, you know, Papa, in Brabia, no Papa, and blasters. It cannot happen. Even though near the Democrat, if you say, oh, you're better than Jordan in a way, on said the day so no epikia and do baby no or no so what they try say you who they create a problem. But the lives of us are and Macalesian me can't squad no at that time from Olele all the way to Obitisas and Mojano. But you can name Ghana 11. I wouldn't steam with every player is an accomplished player, even not from their class on but as national team players no you nimbe ball national team free and collaborate more ball locally get a crown. I mean Suleman Tarino or my bro. So as it is seen, there should have been that systematic way of helping boys no move any. So tournament back that's an opportunity to senior national team now. Near managing opportunity, no the corner them. There are 2 players in Ego. What a check back under 17, under 20, and then 23 in Nano. Or more tournament by the penny for him answer your copper contract among money at 2 million. That is all. Yen 2 million view. The next time I hear group up at national team. Being team A no player be a word na manania sabi onya national team home near say okay ne ma me papa ni chief Ghana yanko fanamra. If you do that what kilo national team no player na nkasa na ode ne ba no so o man headache because baby a oba no onim ho asetena ene kwa bobre na ade na betum. That is why we have a disjointed blaster. So national team ni bobola Bobich o hwe wo mo ahun which means they are panicking.
Yeah,
omu need that cohesion, omu need that confidence in them because I said, minimum ball, also need me ball. What because I wouldn't play a ball together for some long. We are so confident, I wouldn't do it tonight, or not do it tonight.
That's right.
That is how you call cohesion. A being a national team because no ball, more hoping, and once you are from a tournament, they meet, they go into a field of play, and they start playing. It will be a individual in his own right. And a ball. This is not helping our national team. So, Busamia, if you don't get back to the basics, say a better your local team, no. Even tournaments are a junior tournament on the CAF level, any FIFA level, and Sunny and one opportunity. I will senior team near see a bet now. Now you change, you qualify for World Cup and you combo around the world. Okay, player really very good. Young man, national team. If you do that, it doesn't help. I remember one example. I mean, for you, okay, you cover here Kevin Prince Watson.
Yeah.
So winning. A quiet fast way between national team. The same thing. A drew baby no as we say or between a team no for a bigger platform. When you know he neglected us because we say we know how to describe him. That is how players need the area. I believe okay. Because national team can be pay. So a different platform from maybe I'm watching in Namibia comedy. But me feel say enough, and then they leave the scene. It's secret. And your man all year no one man in local league, understands what say bring back the love, whatever. Bring back the love now, okay, fine, a slogan. But say, oh, see, and bring back the lava. I was always saying, Ghana for a year linked to the national team. Okay. Oh, but in 2 years, Blasters, are you sure you are linked to this Blasters? Who bet make us over come upon this national team? Who had that confidence in your tournament? Team with your walk around good. You're dealing here who goes happy as one winner. You're crying any confidence. And some of them have confidence in themselves. They can deliver. They are all panicking. If you watch their game against you, sir, you could see the players, no, a woman at I said, they are afraid. Stage fright at Chobiano Moon said, Yantimian deliver. I say the busy. That is what is happening to this boy. But gone are the days when my case and no more tournament and no more ball. But nobody needed to tell you, say, place and no ball or more ball. And your confidence will gain from all over. Being a player for national team, being a player for junior team, being a player for the club, and what they want national team, or World Cup. In this annual, say, I'm very engineer, you will not be able to get the best out of this current team. And what did I make up just say, Chris himself anyway. That is why he had decided to say, well, he is the best man for the job, if only he will be given the time, because he knows, say, or just a thin line in between AFCON, maybe do any World Cup qualifying. Should something happen along the way, Bobby to enjoy what you do. That's how I reverse it. Coming back to the old thing again. That will never help Ghana football. It's quite sad, but that is the truth.
Okay. You've made our day. What would Ben Oseno? I mean, you'll not be surprised. I think that what at a point in time, what's I'm real hoy. I mean, maybe I did 75. Say the basics need me real ho kakra, but you said or say that's it. Say and then you what you bre. Now as time goes on, messages but mo say yenta mra o ntino you be di come we na as time goes on no oba be boy kakra. Yeah, that's what I say.
No problem. Gracias people, be chill we are.
Abuja for say o worry do na friend extra ye na ye ben no ye extra na friend no o say na eja wo ma ye expansive kwan a ye faso a blaster team no ye be ba on track na o say edi ni nyina abre no akaka krebe dia kan de ma beja for mu de bia menu mu ofia say ye nwanu
so master to be
ye ofia say ntina ha mu de nwanu na was chuma si we very sorry last Wednesday mam one na because na me pese I mean check game ni pa but na so de nwanu na more of us no Ghana ho don't Ghana you hope they push two previous matches na boy no hope wo ho dey na force ya ebeyi nembo no match a wo hwe no dey na hu film
match we dey na say who say this is the card people that all Ghana 2 hours
Johnny you feedback me Frank so be me too kakra nka be me de kakra Frank me nim se bia wo a Frank temenka to asona ya Soviet I think say me feedback se Frank de be mute no ho me nim se Frank temenka Frank aja mo temenka yam ka think say but me negative feedback se producer Johnny so be check ya mamia na wetin aboa me be feedback ni free I think say nya Frank wo betima me tu ho anka be boa me kakra Frank adaroma aha okay that's it chuma na wo floor
yeah enti how much 3 ma my father Germany na Ghana who don't any love of football enti say be Black Stars now my observation is me born am sharing say shot and target in the way there say Ghana and boss ya ma pass
Top
who say football or lateral passes any back pass and no penalty be ma ya ma front going pass
progressive
passes in football ya ma bi ball ya jibwa ya bo we say na Mikel Obi ball back pass near the ama lateral defenders no
and your friend a quarter ball
near the ama keeper no aboesi no margin no the pressure to you so near a ball back pass it was so sad bona ya bono as a team no enye team as a Fefra even Fefra come to me ball passes and maybe someone say what is happening Pep Guardiola can say progressing the ball and creating the chance is another coach in Ejuma. But then if you are goal scoring with Duncan, or say intuitive football intelligence, Sanya Mani as a players no, they are not ready to play the football. A lot of journalists are no matter Ghana Blasters players no. I no matter Mexico ni US players now. Muka say your players ni Bobo your players now in top form in their clubs. No, it's not about the individual players. Any
player for player, now I so more match.
Player for player, no more match. And I said, you know, there's waiting me about Basa and a PSV and Ali do. No, it's about commitment and teamwork and bono mo bono. Who share Motiria or Pam coach share Ali do. Our man is as say our nancy. I said bono. Your first one some people are not there just to show their presence and then take whatever behavior they have to take and go. Bono nani share yankasa. And after the first game, the coach say we see a lesson. In the US game, he wants to build from the back and possess and progress. Now, also building from the back. Who you so back forward? They've never played together before. Who share 4 goals in your US share? And yet, Boa, no make creative chance. I show. Press here, near a mistake with you. No magic.
That's right.
And Osha second half now, go first Ghana, second half man share. They took all their good players out. Still, they got about clear 5 chances and also Moshe. Mistakes are because we were trying to create from the back. The back four no ball together and they were just playing the passes among themselves at the back. Near pressure, near Jibon. Keep a cock on my back pass. Say, or Trio said, any Aji, now go for no bar saying.
Well, are you saying that? Are you saying playing from the back? No, on say Guardiola must start.
Play for the back is built for. Tima, one, you have ball playing center backs.
That's right.
And a deep line playmaker.
Okay.
Edmundo the whole season. Ni club won about 14 minutes.
Red Star Belgrade. Serbia.
Serbian League. About 14 minutes. He has no match fitness in his leg. Not no about 6. So I will creating from the back.
What's that man homo?
Yes. Red Star
Belgrade.
Yes. That is the sad reality.
Samed. Who played very well in the World Cup, played very well for his club now.
Week out.
Leslie Arsenal. He mastered the midfield and they beat Arsenal fair and square. On not a bench. Now also the Edmundo or agency player about 14 minutes the whole season. About playing from the back.
I don't know agency player.
Oh, are they? I follow that. Edwin Mahmoud anywhere. They went from our blasters born Yankasa. And I'm asking myself, say, from and Kofobi, because what was the last Ghana rankings? African Minka World,
Africa rank.
Africa, that's 11. The last time Timbana Ghana, Central African Republic, and Angola. I know Muda. So we have to accept the question I was having. We have to accept that the team Nasa.
Okay.
And we have to be modest
because
and lower our expectation.
But I won't tell you so strong word. And now can also Umasa. Not that means when you break.
No, your team Nasa.
Because
your team no Asa. And once we accept this, that's where we will have that mentality that we are supposed to build. And people have. Once I Ghana, the tournaments with this team.
Expectation was true.
No, and that is individual players and fan to player by player. And then I say, you know, there's what's a crown PSG in Champions League, he's playing. See, said you know there's me Chris. I'm saying, oh, Ghana.
Yeah, I'm your best player.
Reina or Dortmund for small boy now.
Yeah.
Onya Bimpom Bono. He won the man of the match. 2 goals or say. Now indirect. Who indirect to football muda.
Wago.
Who indirect? What defender? What snap was who 18? Hey.
Asafuni amekumbo bona.
We say cost boy long ago class and man never is your
Asafuni amekumbo bona.
No, it was really bad. Hey, it's me wonder like but we see me that the Sunday name I mean the program so as I man that me late poto. What I mean to
Frank why? Frank on you too aha. Frank I think say if you that then mono una mami that word pedigree credentials now we want to say pedigree credentials now we say aha okay meaning Frank will you take back your words what is happening
Bobby let us see you see the truth of the matter is say Menomaka say Ejumano ye can send a city here without fear or favor. Look at the time na acquire pursuing or to other debates, you know. I mean, say over 2 personalities in the general. Now, a football club. We say, Pabako. I'm a crowd with national team and as our club now. When you look at the 2 personalities, obviously, majority of us will go for pursuing as against Otto Addo. So at that time, there was that contest, you know. I mean, some support Chris Utida, me support it because of the national team, where we were coming from, and where we want to go. It is set a brand coming from the GPL. You're touting to say it's the most attractive league in the world currently. Even though at the time now he has been out of the system in terms of the EPL, but the personality as Chris Hilton, aside the said now all coaching and I said we jay coaching no crampono. Now essentially a panelist, they respect him a lot. I quite to say Avram Grant ever Ghana. Look at the issues that surround the whole the personality, the credentials, and everything. Everybody was excited. Say, at long last, you just set a personality to lead Ghana. It is the next one, and you will be a fan of Chris Hilton. Obviously, we'll be happy. Say, you just set a person coming on board to lead our national team. But the truth of the matter, they say, look, who stayed me and I said, who follow me on Facebook? Me share coach, you know, the 2-3 matches. Me share the first 2 matches. And then who said, no, coach, you know, it's not what we think. Because clearly, about 7 good matches prior to US game, Mexico US game, no, about saying 5 matches. We should know who's coach they say this is his philosophy, the style of play, and that's the system of play. Because as I say, national team in your identity, but you are not really seeing that identity. No, look, or to other time. Now, who say or beat Thomas Partey and then Salis in the midfield. And you know, you're not born now a progressive from the back. 2 Salis Partey will also take the ball and do distributions to the waters of wings and then say the attacking field of the game. And even though now it wasn't all that juicy and I say lovely dear, but now who said there was a progression. But this coach, there's nothing like progression. Look, most of your games coach we are so far. I mean, we struggle. And when we say you have about 7 games as you speak under him. You have just one first half goal. One. You go see in about second half. Or prayer no you change to be there for months. No go see na you queen. But Okoshia a team or also so you will take advantage of your weaknesses in the first half. Mexico. And then they see it. Even though Oman share first half for the but second half for mobile Ghana also engineer no it's almost so your weakness and omo capitalize on your weakness and omo share too. US omo say see you know omo they wait and play a little bit in the second half. Let's kill the game in the first 45 minutes and omo the pressure omo pressing Ghana. And the surprising thing is Ghana no more pressing Ghana no. Coach, you know, we share the system now. Defenders in Yamboa, or more pepper, more Musa, nobody a goalkeeper, no goalkeeper that more is there was no progression. There was no progression.
So I thank them for that.
Frank, yes, for time no
yeah, time and for me, sir. Me support say Yanfo coach we Emra na say they say on bonus Sunday year pa. I mean that is why I'm criticizing him. I have every right to criticize him. Say on bon years sir, we have to praise him. But at the moment, yes, AFCON we are qualifying. When your results and the America are qualified, but hey, your international stage now. Who said Ghana? So we study Ghana Black Stars players. Okay, your local games now. You almost said that but your international stage. Look at Otuado. Proud to Yabako World Cup. Not Yabo 2 AFCON qualifiers. Then said that and bon to say you are complaining. But your question Switzerland, international friendly. You question Brazil, international friendly. Even though Brazil is a Ghana there, but look at the boy, especially in the second half against Switzerland. Look at the quality of player, your boy. It's a new opportunity. Say, I mean, I can say, I'll wait and use the 2 international friendly, and they are assessing because you made a good pitch, you made a good atmosphere. I want to see the kind of coach he is, but unfortunately, he has disappointed me. And for me, I've said it. Any decision be as if for the take concerning this coach because they are not careful. Oh, Let's say my Facebook was said we should sack him because he cannot lead Ghana to anywhere. Looking at currently the 7 matches are about Ghana, there's no future. If I'm using the 7 matches are about currently for Ghana, there's no future under this man. And I've made it clear. Me face here, say I'm supporting his appointment. If so about let's say still I have to defend him. So man the time and then say Obi sabotage. Me, I will not buy into that say Obi sabotage, because the pedigree and to say that pedigree that's for me sabotage you are. What do you have to do? Until say coach in the Baba Monte, Abaka so me crano if you follow supporting me or mu sabotage me or mu me say no. Now I know say he's in charge or no and of friend selection and no this is be take you up to you. So for me, if he's not doing the right thing, I will not support him. I will call a spade a spade It's media no. Thank you.
Frank, but that's it. I was for Frank and watching again. Makazu the bedroom na Bako, Dr. Bako dia finish it because his name was about that Bako and some we no papa bat and then very restricting because man point is a coffee chess game. And you know kasa too much do I and predictions now that Makazu minim you know na Frank Kabi be my from baby Frank Fabi I think I be young Kenyan kwan.
You know, I'm one of the people you advocate say Chris Wooten and Fred Manemano. Most especially at the time I say he was part. Yes, because I thought he was part of the technical team. Our more qualified team they call World Cup. He was part of the technical team at AFCON. Obekaya that abysmal performance. Inti Oto Ado di Edumane 200 went to mono. As went to us. It was only right and good. So since he was part of the technical team, he knows the ins and outs of the Black Stars. At least with the team Nechikakra. When who players, you know, when who how a Ghana for your ball. So Otoado the Edumana to Honmana, it was only right. Say for the sake of continuity, your friend Adibi continuity, say consistency by your team in the coach and twice on your Edumano. But it seems Coach Chris Wooten disappointed some of us, especially with the approach to games. How I'll set up the team, the substitutions, the tactics and the formation on the field of play. It seems to an extent Chris Wooten disappointed some of us. It is well established, it is well known, say, oh yeah, that defensive type of coach, he always wants to sit back, or any days, or the EPL Nimkwana, or setting the team up in the shape, say, or setting back. Now, we bought that low blocks, and then he catch the opponent on the counter breaks. But about Black Stars any club and I say any my Ghana and Gasano any country we are used to that defensive type of play. Yeah, they say a great type of football. We love to possess the ball. We love to attack. We love to hold the ball. I mean, tease the opponent out and then score. Well, that is the reason why we have Ghana as a nation. We are so much blessed when it comes to midfielders because a bus young so boom young crab ball. Now you still possession. Ghana are very very best. But Chris Wooten on me and capitalize on the quality I want in the middle of the park. A few teams around the world and the world Salis, Ewo Kudus, Ewo Thomas Partey, I'll make my form the trail in the middle of the park. These are enviable players who go week in, week out for their respective clubs in Europe. And I say maybe Mobobia. This is when you have this quality of players, especially at your middle. Now you more game now. Unya some Western McKenny be now you made for watch all these players actually bottom. Then it comes to say see a team question or tactical ability nekakra. Ever since Kate Okreku taking over the Blacks, I said that the FE. This is about our fourth coach or our fifth coach, if my memory serves me right. Kosia Piaba Anameboa, Sika Kono Aba, Milovan Rajabashaba. And now we have Chris Wooten. That is 5 coaches in the space of say 4 years. And I'm a boy.
Like 3 crap.
I said now we are the to Abamano after so ending the first term. So it also begs the question: say there is no continuity. Our Black Stars, or because most national teams from where are there per year. I have got home coaches. No, this USA coach Bergerman, he's been at the helms of affairs since 2018.
Okay.
And from 2018 to 2023 is how many years? Some 5 years down the line. So he knows the players. He knows the tactics about the play among the players. Well, yeah, you as a team is also a very relatively younger team. All building. So what to the boss I should team very well. In the Ghana at the end of the year, Frefrekobo and the Weber Ochina Weber Ochania Benchina. At a point in time, Richard Ofori in the way and number 1 goalkeeper. Later on, we go pry. And a day, Brunino, what is his name? Wallacott. Ebe number 1. I don't know who go pry. Now we have Atizi game post. In the game against US, near Benchino, near the Nuruddin Manaf. I work with them.
Also, try
at a point in time, we need consistency because we are going to AFCON. AFCON, which month? Is it February? January. We have some 3 months or so to go. So I think I'll try and error now. And can we expect saying being a coach and being part of the technical team of a club as of a team a call AFCON and the middle of and Otoado as a call a call World Cup ready. Inka at least one who team.
One is not doctor.
One who tactics how be deploy them players no. Amu metina flourish. But Ekopa say yes starting game now who me the catch me. Plan ben pound to ado obo. The game the style of play there. What is his philosophy?
Me from day one. If you don't them, some you are aware. Frank will bear me witness from day one.
Yes.
And I make say Coach Houghton.
Yes.
Say yes say Otuado a failure.
Yes.
He's also a failure. I didn't see because
no Kahumbi. Yes.
At the point in time, now Mackenzie but refer me say a bit my bunny say this be an advisor
or them, yes. Make I pa no
no, it doesn't happen anywhere.
Yes.
When you know a technical team.
Look, the reason why I think in the wisdom of the FA they made him to continue is because he had been with the team. Anything I mean for now, no be a team no any excuse again. Because if say work a team who akobo major tournaments for over a year now. Na say still now team enya identity. Say team name ball signature on the team dia. Not Coach Houghton no me seriously. Me win ye. Because the appointment was right to say obi a waka ho de. Yeah, they also had cast to a game this was to a team this one. It wasn't wrong. And we had the pedigree no the free man on Yaba. Look, it is not easy say a coach who bring appointment as EPL club coach. This won't be rising to that level. We all accord you the respect because of money are there. And also because at the time you can't tell because there are certain coaches. Milovan Raja Vakuye and no multi-penny coach Chris Houghton. But they got the opportunity to coach the Black Stars. Kwesiapia and then they pay any coach Houghton. But they got the opportunity. Siki Akono. Track record no. So it was only right say Chris Houghton better ever to a so. But I'm saying say on the evidence of play there, the gentleman has disappointed me. One disappointed me pa and also me bow. Share countries about the African Cup of Nations. Look at Senegal, look at Cameroon, look at Egypt, look at Algeria, look at Nigeria. They all played against African oppositions. Black Stars and Kwayakoba against US and Mexico. How is this going to impact the game we are going to play at the African Cup of Nations?
You said the same mistake when we were going to the 2019 AFCON. They acquired only one game. When teams were playing among themselves, you know when the boy, you know Qatar and Saudi said they say we were preparing for World Cup.
What I said, okay. We are going to play AFCON, so we have to play against African oppositions.
One game because after opposition, almost all of play near one who didn't be different. But we're playing friendlies against Japan and we.
And I see Sika you as a moment, and I see Mexico the moment Muntiana. Sika today, but you are not thinking about team building, team cohesion ahead of the AFCON.
What's it? The nation coach is not going anywhere. Bam.
But maybe I think it's still early days. You can say Pam is still early days.
Doctor. And then my first time in your
you see, sacking or talking about sacking the coach, I don't think that is necessary. You see, one thing we always say something. You don't look at the player's performance and you judge the coach. You look at the motive of the friendly that we played. Why did we play against US? We all know the reason why, but all of us are skipping it. Kreku, the elections coming, he used this friendly game to promise people.
I never call America. Wow. Oh yes,
you think they just organize a friendly because they want to
job for the boys.
Messi, like you even want my kid to come.
Let's go. Flow for me.
I'm saying that this friendly, we need to ask the motive of this
that's
friendly.
That's a very good point. Yes,
because of course, that's why. Like when Frank was saying, I knew the angle Frank was coming in, but his mind didn't go up because the elections have finished. But remember, the friendly was organized before the elections. And why did he go unopposed? And even unopposed, only 3 voting. That was the motive. Why do we have African Cup of Nations coming in January? A lot of African countries have played against African countries just because of the African Cup of Nations. But because he used it to promise certain people to actually vote for him to get
US
tickets
visa.
to US.
Yes, it's true.
Aside from that's number one.
Goro boys are now
That
US.
is number
A lot
one.
of Goro
That is
boys
the
are
number
US
one
now.
reason why I don't want.
And they're not
people
coming
to
back
judge.
to Ghana.
They're not coming back.
My Obede or Ghana.
That's number one reason why I don't want people to actually judge Chris on this.
Which means
The
that
second, the second, a lot of players, most of our players are based in Europe. Just look at the European leagues. The Americans who are coming here to play. When they go back to play the nation or for their nations and come back, how long do they sit on bench before they come in? And you want me to go to America, play a game, come back to my club that I'm performing to sit for someone to take my position? Which player will do that? No, which player will do that? Because you just mentioned, I just mentioned Caicedo and Enzo. Chelsea game that it will affect them because they are coming from America. Because most of the clubs benches play because they need the rest.
Yeah, you're right.
And a lot of players, even European players, came out complaining about the number of games they play per year. So for them actually sitting back, not doing, I didn't even have time to watch that because I knew what was going to happen. It's not because Mexico was too good. It's not because America, yes, you can't underestimate America recently because they have a lot of players in Europe. Young boys.
Very well, yeah.
So those two reasons, I'm not going to judge Chris Hilton on that because our friendly is based on lie, it's based on politics, and it's based on fetching money or political reasons. So if the players, most of them, because they knew, some of them have been called based on merit, and some players are being featured based on merit. So for me, I think we still need to do better.
Baku raise a very good point. But what I'm saying is, okay, let's assume without admitting, say the friendlies were based on political reasons and a political basis. Now, what about Coach Chris Hilton's deployment of tactics on the field of play?
That's where I told you the reason most of the players, when they come back, they go to America to play friend. When they come back, they don't get playing time in there. They need to sit down. And just look at the players we have. Most of them are struggling in their, so I should sit for one match for someone to take my position.
So you mean the players didn't give up their best?
Of course.
Because of the distance.
Because of the distance. And most of them, coach, you just give your instruction. They decide to take it or not. I will sit back on the bench, give you the instruction to go and play.
It means that only command over the team.
Of course. It's not even about the command. Look at the second game. Look at Thomas Partey has just came back from injury. So he started the game. Will he want to get another injury and come back and sit back again? So there were a lot of reasons why these friendlies were not actually.
But Frank, we were other room. I mean, I could try with Yanko. And then we say a Jebo, and then a Stone Boy, yes, Stone Boy program, no. And then you giddy pa. You say, I think you're coffee, Yako boy, I suppose ticket to
a uniform about studio pay.
Sao ampa enokre until they make say enanumre gate ni be exactly 10 p.m. 10 p.m. enanumre the docs so they all bought the docs e share Google Maps so and say Google baby ana e do straight net about the docs repaban enanumre gate ni be 10 p.m. enanumre Stone Boy live in Hamburg masa ampa e bedwa what da no aye no ho so mo die about e be hye ho akọ e share e asem na eja talk because
team no so e wo ho
yes we wo honum ye beje ba ya boban nti amanfo mra enanumre because say what da no say na sound nti Stone Boy about there Hamburg bi amra bonten enhye dem no bi nkoma mekantro piebra ne nya hye the docs and then Stone Boy live in Hamburg and the Putuma
Stone Boy live in
Hamburg on time pion oh sa I don't say them already na brand here she them say David also pick akra it's the Stone Boy oh the area of you be come it's the Stone Boy live in Hamburg no
doctor so example
doctor beba dia many problem say me nam na say doctor di me nche na say too di me nche say ba
doctor point ya krr na me no ko ya no ko
o pa kama ko fie e dia no bi twa no bi
okay I'm so for ha and emre eba me kwa me adwuma ni be sie Stone Boy and then you rain and show no e baso e what the dogs Makazi did I got the name right? The dogs, yeah.
Dogs, DOCKS.
Yeah, the dogs and the bus and at 10 p.m. Mention if you what I need yet, and still, still, I'm unfortunate, so messy form. I wish I were best here say, if you're quite a was said and crown and no one or bobuano, yet extra, was so worry, yet in car, via Zoom, Sasna yet a year, Frank Jam, Pipa, man, CEO of Pipa Media, yet in Kamakanzi, Ebeka and Sasuna, Dr. Barco, Tumasi. So Ebeka and Sa, men I tell you, I was away to see Duma, that's in the same time, same studio. Ebesia now a good with some Ababedamo. May the peaceful God be with all of us. Peace. Shalom.